All right, to watch this video for Friday already, Friday, October 5th. The SPY kind of ugly today. At one point, I saw the Dow down, I think, over 300 points. Ended up closing down maybe around 200 points. Kind of an ugly day, though. Lost the 20-day. Last time it did that, the next day it gapped right back up and continued, right? So anything can happen. I'm not suggesting that's going to happen tomorrow, but I am saying I'm not panicking here. And trading went well today for the most part. Had a really nice morning. All right, so here's what I'm watching for tomorrow. VLRX had a nice kind of 3-day pop here, topping out at 166. And then today, if I show you intraday, got a really, look at that volume that just came in. So really nice volume spike here and held up fairly well. So I like it over today's high, which would be 155. If it takes out today's high, there's a, I don't want to say good chance, but there's a chance it'll then head to this 166 and test that, maybe break out through that, maybe head to the 200-day. Well, anything can happen, but it's a clean setup. You've got this high, now you've got a lower high, decent volume today. So I do like it over today's high, but we'll have to see what the overall market's doing and how this one sets up, if it sets up at all. Remember, I'm a day trader, so I look for stocks to make money, and the very next day I'm in cash every night. So keep that in mind when you watch my videos. None of these are long-term calls. AKER, I like this 2-day pop here. Topped out right at right around 45 cents. I'm rounding up like by a half penny, and then today topped out about 44 cents. I like it over this kind of 3 or 4 day high. NIO, this one's kind of obscure, but a couple days in a row where it closed above its open. It feels like it's trying to put in a bottom here. And then today, if you look at this, the very end of the day, really nice volume into the close. So I like this one as a potential long tomorrow. Again, we traded this one long the other day. And we're only going to take it with a proper setup. I think I called it right here. Not the other day, it was yesterday. Wow, time gets away from you. So over 630, and we got a really quick move to 655. So that was a call, and then that was a nice clean setup. We'll keep it on watch for tomorrow, see if we get another clean setup. EARS, let me zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look at this chart, but you had this big spike here, kind of came back down, and then popped and actually broke this high right here, and now it's kind of flagging. So I like this chart a lot. It doesn't mean it has to get going, but I definitely want to watch this one tomorrow. LEVB, not in love with this, but has had a couple huge spikes here and here, and now 3 days down in a row on declining volume right into the 20-day, goes on bounce watch for tomorrow. MNGA, I never thought I'd have this one on watch again. Gapped up huge yesterday, sold off, then gapped up a little bit today. So you have 2 red days after a monster gap up. I just have this on bounce watch. If it doesn't set up, we won't take a trade. IGC, which has been a monster, now just getting decimated. And actually, in after hours, as I'm speaking to you here, it's trading around 559. So I actually like this one more if it does gap down tomorrow for a potential bounce. And again, only with a setup that we teach in our course or teach in our trading room. So, there's never any blind, oh, I think I'll buy it here. It's always based on if it's giving me one of the setups we teach, all right? And that's on an intraday basis. So hopefully this one gaps down tomorrow, and it might be worth watching for a long if it gives us a proper setup. Next on the list, we have VTGN, which had this monster move yesterday. Today, a quiet inside day. Sometimes we get a 3rd-day play, so this one goes on watch. CRBP, not in love with this one. It's kind of a weird trader, but it had this breakout attempt a couple sessions ago, and then you have 2 red days kind of right down into that area. We call it the buy zone between the 8 and the 20-day moving average. That's where it kind of got down to today. So especially if pot stocks get moving, I like this one a lot for tomorrow. If they don't, I don't. So we'll see. PRTK is my last one, and a really nice move today on really big volume for this stock. Closing well off its highs, but in some ways I like that because it gives it a little bit of wiggle room for a possible setup tomorrow rather than closing at its highs, because sometimes then I feel like chasing. I feel like I'd be chasing looking at it. So that is it. I said this in last night's video. I'm going to say it again. If you're not in our chat room and you've been looking for a way in and you felt like it was always too, the barrier to entry, like the lowest price membership we had was still too expensive to try us out, because we don't do free trials, and we do that out of respect for our members. We do not want any chaos, anybody in the room causing trouble because they're not a paying customer, so they have nothing to lose, that sort of thing. So we refuse to allow free trials. But if you look at the link below, or just go to our webpage and look at the sign-up page, I've created an idea, a way in that is very, very close to a free trial, right? The barrier to entry now is $79. So go check that out. and hope to see some new faces in chat. We've had several people take advantage of that offer, and I think it's a pretty cool way to get you involved. So I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll see everybody on Friday. Have a good night.